Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Nelson, and today I'm going to introduce you all to WordPress. Now, last week I introduced you all to Grav CMS and how you can add and modify pages to your website. But now with WordPress, I want to show you all how it is even more easy to create pages and apply various themes and plugins to your site. So WordPress is a content management system similar to Grav, and the main difference between them is that WordPress uses its own classic editor plugin, but now they have a new default editor called Gutenberg, which is a more user-friendly way to modify content. And compare that to Grav, it uses a markdown editor, which has various syntax rules that would allow us to customize our website. And that editor will be perfect for those who have some prior technical experiences like HTML or CSS. But what if you're a content creator that doesn't have these web development skills? So from there, we could use something called WordPress and the editors you can use. I explained a moment ago about the classic and Gutenberg editors. And moving on to the plugins here. I have the Gutenberg and the classic editors that is already installed. Uh, but basically for this presentation here, I'm going to demonstrate the Gutenberg plugins. So next I'm going to add a new page. Okay, one moment. Okay. Okay, so right here, what you're all looking at is the Gutenberg editor, and it's a list of content that you can add to your page. Now, all of these content here, or all these options you see here are called blocks. So from there, these are the list of blocks here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a paragraph block. So first, I'm going to add a title. I'm just going to call this test. And in my paragraph block, I'll just say this is a test. So for this demonstration. And besides that, you can also add some other blocks, like for example, in this widget dropdown, you have a calendar, which you can add here. Now, currently, like in this editor, it's not showing up, it's not showing anything, but as what I'm going to do now, I'm going to publish this, and the effects it should be taken effect in this website I created. Or you could, whatever changes you made, you could also hit that preview button. So over here, I just made some changes. You could hit preview, and it'll show you the block that you just created. So before I created a calendar block right here, and it shows up in this page. Other blocks you could create is, for example, if you want to create like a table, for whatever reason, you could do so like this. You can also align the table how you want it to look, and all these other options here. So basically, what you're getting out of this editor is that it's more interactive. This whole list of content you could add to your website. Now moving on to the classic editor, what you could do there. I'm going to go back to my installed plugins. Okay, and I'm going to activate the classic editor. Okay, so now when I go and add a new page, you will see the editor will change completely. Okay, so I'm going to add a new page right there. So compared to the Gutenberg editor, you see a whole lot of well, it's more like interactive like the layout is much more different. So here in the classic editor, you only have the ability to add text and pictures. You don't have that extra capability to add these fancy widgets like you see in the Gutenberg editor. So first, I'm just gonna add a title. Um, I'll just call it classic. So once we load up the page, we can see what the output will be. So I'm gonna just write a random text here, and if I want, I could add a picture. And as you can see, a somewhat troubling thought with this editor is that you have to deal with some formatting issues. So, for example, this picture is it's really hard to be able to maneuver that content in a specific direction in the page. But the with this editor, there is some of the basic um, capability, like just simply moving this picture, like aligning it a certain way in this page. But I'm going to publish this to see what the output will look like. Okay, so this is the main website I have here. Okay, yeah. So this is what the output looks like. It's not that fancy as what you saw in the Gutenberg editor, but I guess each editor has its own capabilities. So what we just learned from this demonstration is that if you're a content creator that want to be able to market your website more effectively, and be able to use some SEO techniques to kind of get your website uh, out in the market more effectively, so you could get views. Definitely the Gutenberg editor will be your best bet. And as for the classic editor, now it does have some limited capabilities, but it does get the job relatively. It does get the job done relatively good. But as of now, is definitely not an editor I would recommend. Definitely with the Gutenberg, it is still user friendly. It's definitely easy for you to figure out what content you need and how you could be able to display that in your website. But overall, I think the Gutenberg editor is a much better option for any content creator out there. But basically, this wraps up my video on WordPress. I hope to see you all next week for another video. Thank you.